ain't done a voiceover for Superman in so long, bro. And I can't even watch the last one I did because that shit is so corny now.
Look how hard he punched this nigga. Zod pulled up and knocked the life force out of this nigga. The cameraman even had to zoom in for that. I'm sitting here looking like, damn, you really finna take that?
Yeah, nah, this shit not happening again. This about to be something totally different. But say no more. We start off with Mr. Terrific and Superman flying straight into the middle of a field. And bro is literally finna get packed up by a bot. Lex Luthor at the top of his office controlling everything this man does. And he must think this shit taking away he had this guy beating on Superman. So Lex Luthor commands him to tackle and he starts flying across the field. But he picks this nigga up and then slams him on the ground. But now he has to worry about the other one who looks like a crazy ex-girlfriend. But she starts throwing saws at this nigga and he starts weaving that shit. Then she flew across the screen like a bullet and tackled this nigga. And then she was finna go straight for the kill, but this nigga started working his heat vision. And not even a minute into the fight, I was already loving this shit. He damn near burned her hand off and then he traded positions with her. But being the hero that Superman is, he tries to talk no jutsu this hoe. But Lex Luthor was already commanding another move. He literally made this titan ass nigga punch him across the field with his girl attached to his arm. But so far for a 2v1, I would say that he's winning. This nigga started floating and then he turned into a fidget spinner mid-air. Bro's girlfriend just took every move that was thrown out right here. But then he snug attacked Superman by his cape. And then he grabbed him by his foot and he started floating to the sky with this dude. And I would have thought she was knocked out how many times she got hit in the head. But as soon as a nigga see their chance to jump somebody, you know they gonna take it. And I'm so dead ass. This hoe literally jumped out her body to transform into a cannon. Meanwhile, Superman up here getting put in every position. And then he gets his future canceled. And then he gets shot in his back by the crazy ex-girlfriend. This all happened as soon as I finished complimenting him about withstanding the 2v1. And then she starts walking up to Superman and starts filling him up with lead. He had no choice but to take it because they was just gonna beat his ass until they got the chance to do this. And I dead ass couldn't believe this shit I was seeing right now. And they was dead ass saying that he's the better Superman between the last one. But he's dead ass getting his ass whooped so bad Lex Luthor's in the office smiling. He letting niggas all around the world know that he killed Superman. Meanwhile, the nigga's still alive and he's trying to get the slightest gas for air. And he managed to stand up and fly straight to the sky. But they wasted no time because they jumped right after his ass. And I already had the feeling that this nigga was flying to the sun. But Lex Luthor actually thought this shit through. Because old girl starts stretching her body out and then she turns into like a million tentacles. And then she latches on to Superman. She is dead ass here to do her job. And then the Titan dude grabs onto his foot and he slowly starts climbing this nigga while he's flying. And he obviously doesn't care where they're at because he's still swinging on Superman while they're in the middle of the sky. I actually forgot that Lex Luthor is controlling him right now. But he manages to fly outer space. And they still have not let go of this nigga. And I really thought that Superman was finna fly to the sun and do some main character shit. But he starts to slowly tilt forward and then he falls right back to Earth. And on the way down, the Titan starts beating on this man again. And she literally attached her whole body to this dude. So whatever happens, just happens. And a few seconds later, they landed right in the middle of the city. And then they fell right through the ground. Lex Luthor cannot believe the shit he is seeing right now. Never seen a nigga so disappointed in his life. Back at the crash, I saw a hand come out the hole, and to my surprise, it was Superman. I deadass thought he was getting his ass whooped that bad. And then for the next few seconds, he spun up all this... He spin all this shit up. And then another hand comes out the hole in front of him, and it was the Titan nigga. And then they both stand up, and I thought they was finna squabble right here. But as soon as they get halfway up, the Titan takes off his mask. And I won't lie, this did shock me a little bit. Cause when he took the mask off, it was literally him. And then I started thinking he was Bizarro. And then Lex Luthor tells him that he cloned him from a piece of hair. And then I also thought that if this is his clone, that means that Logan is no longer the only person getting packed up by his own clone.
What the fuck is Laura back there doing with that gun?
But Lex Luthor starts to get hella caught as he shoots this nigga point blank with a laser beam. Then he just started spamming random moves. But at the same time, he low-key pinned this nigga in a combo. They literally flying through a whole fucking subway and this nigga Superman has not thrown a punch yet. Like, are we even seeing the same thing right now? He's literally flipping this man up and down in the middle of the sky. And then he grabs him by the foot and slams him against the wall. And I deadass cannot believe the shit I'm seeing right now. There ain't shit super about this nigga. If this was Man of Steel Superman, he would be pitting it worse. I don't even understand how people say they like the new Superman over this one. This Superman was just more of that nigga. In his movie, he was running straight hands with Zod. He even had to pull off a Mortal Kombat fatality on this nigga. Instead, we got this Superman getting jacked up by his own clone. But he takes his hand from around his neck and he snaps it. And then he weaved the punch from this nigga and headbutt him. Hold on, he might be doing something. Cause then he weaved the punch and he picked bro up and started flying. And I can't even lie, the camera angles from this whole fight have been crazy. Superman punched him twice and then he flew at him head first. And they flew straight into a random building. And Lex Luthor was trying to make his dream Superman. Cause why this nigga so light skinned? And I'm not tripping, right? This nigga kinda look dumb. And while I'm talking about this, I have to say this. I better not ever see no shit like this again. Like, what the fuck is this POV? But back to Superman and his clone. Lex Luthor gets tired of the dialogue and they start spamming commands. I thought Superman was finna lock in, but he gets grabbed by his collar just to get dragged to the middle of the fucking earth. And why the hell is this nigga trying to flirt with Superman while he's flying? I thought this shit was a 1v1. But they start flying closer and closer to the center of the earth. And then Superman gets slammed straight on his back. And this nigga begins to lose the fight once again. He's acting like he can't just fly straight to this body's basic ass. Lex Luthor does a command to hush this nigga and shoot the lasers into his eyes. And I won't lie, this nigga actually sucks. Like, I can't even defend him no more. He's literally getting his shit fried. What's up with characters going against their clone and losing so bad? And then this Superman can't catch a break because he's already getting his ass whooped again. And this must have been Lex Luthor's best day in the office, and they're celebrating like it's the Super Bowl. Unfucking believable. He was getting his ass whooped so bad he started whistling. And it was because he needed help from Crypto. And yes, that's the dog's purpose. But be fucking dead ass. He should have took some tips from the last Superman on how to run ones. Hold on. Superman punches his clone in the throat while his dog is being a dog. Superman pulls up and he grabs some random shit out of the sky. He smacked the living shit out of this dude twice. He swept this nigga off his feet and then left his feet in the sky after he whack-a-moed him in his fucking head. And then he jumps off the wall flying straight at him. Then he stepped on this nigga's head and grabbed his ankle. And then this nigga turns into a fucking Beyblade. And then he just starts throwing bro all around the canyon. He gets to his last stop and then he just throws bro on the ground. And then he hit the superhero pose like, nah nigga, you don't deserve that. You respectfully just got your ass handed to. But he looks in the sky and he sees like 100 robots coming for him. So he flies up to fight, and I thought he was about to get his ass whooped. But he pulls up and knocks the Mario coins out this nigga. And then he flies to the bigger crowd of the robots. And they all started ganging up on him, swarming him. But he breaks free by spinning around. And at this moment, this nigga started aura farming. They start showing the emblem on his chest, and then he started spinning around with his heat ray. Why wasn't this nigga just doing cool shit from the start? He thought it was still his time to aura farm, and then his clone came out of nowhere. Then he took bro right back to the center of the earth, but this time it's a black hole forming. This time Superman is fighting for his life and he's still getting his ass beat. The clone took bro's arm and he was dead ass trying to break that shit. But he took his chances, and as soon as he saw the bus coming from the void, he literally threw his clone right at the bus. And then bro just flies straight to the void to never be seen again. Now this nigga can stop faking it like he just got done fighting Darkseid. So to sum it up, Superman, Krypto, and Nigga Man flew straight to Lex Luthor's tower. And to keep it short, Superman just bitched this nigga, and that's the end. Yo, kick this nigga out the spot, bro.